still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line.
Ready.
And they'll send the tight end in motion left. On second down, Young. And just not enough on the throw there. Down around his feet and incomplete.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers. Just 2 for 7 throwing the football. But he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their routes. And you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, balls out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
He's got him in, complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A big play there as they get the conversion on 3rd and 13.
This offense is looking very comfortable here in this first half. Very relaxed, very smooth, very efficient. No wasted motions. Things are definitely going their way, and they continue to move the ball downfield.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be second down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now a second down throw for Young. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. Touchdown, Carolina. A great play there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Panthers will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Well, I don't think that we're ready yet to say the route is on, but they have certainly looked near flawless here in this first half, and now an extra point away from making it 21-0.
Yeah, and your experience led you to say that because we have both seen those 21-0 leads come and go in this league, but this one feels pretty darn secure. And here's the other part. Even when people chip away at it, it forces you into being almost perfect on the other side, doesn't it, in order to try and mount a comeback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And with a 3-score deficit staring him in the face, they might have to press the issue here and try to get points out of this drive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Amari Barno. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick-6 for a Panther touchdown.
I mean, at this point, CD, what is not going their way in this first half? After that pick-6, they now have a 4-possession lead here.
And that allows them to say to themselves, how about we get everybody involved, okay? Because this one is a runaway, and it's looking like it's going to be even more of a runaway. Everybody gets a chance to play and get a little bit of love. The more guys that get to watching the highlight reels from this one, the better.
The Carolina kick team is out there ready to go, and they kick this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. It's caught left side by Cooks. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Flush to his right. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the second quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Looking downfield for Godwin. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Ready.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to take this up past the 10 to about the 11. That'll net 7 yards on the ground, but it'll leave him with a healthy distance still to go on 3rd down.
And that was a good run, and it should get the attention of the defense, but they can't just dwell on it. They've been playing so well this entire game. Maybe they just look at it and say, okay, congratulations, you got 1 on us, and just not let it turn into more.
Blaster, stay.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to get the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
I'll tell you what, those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Now this one is tight end out on the right side. A big play there for Carolina. 49 yards.
Everything's been going right here in this one. This offense, they've been in complete control from the outset. And here's another big play. These kind of routes have been open all game long, and they continue to take advantage.
Young looks to throw on 1st down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a 1st down as well.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
On 1st and 10, Young eluding the pressure right. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Jonathan Mingo with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Panthers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they've built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he'll elect not to run with it. And a fair catch on the kickoff will move the ball to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. And they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but it's true, Charles. If they can just maybe get plays like that and get a little momentum built, they can get the scoreboard a little closer.
And can you add some blinders to the cliche, meaning keep these guys from looking at the scoreboard, because that doesn't help them at all right now. Their focus needs to be on finishing every drive with points and playing mistake-free football from here on out.
And, oh, my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Von Bell. And the Panthers will have the football as this is taken up past the 30. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
But based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day, because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
They'll air one out deep from Mingo. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender, couldn't create space, couldn't uncover at the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. They'll bring a receiver in motion left. A 2nd down throw for Young. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Bucs are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50. Well, with the size of lead that this offense has, I don't think that interception is really going to affect them much. But at least for this defense, something small to hang their hat on.
Yeah, and let's face it, they're not even scoreboard watching anymore, right? They're just trying their best to make a play, get themselves off the field, which they just did, and salvage a little bit of pride in this one.
Calling no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
At the 50-yard line.
They'll go again here with Akers. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 1 quarter remains here as we wrap up the week on a Monday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now in Charlotte. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll go with Akers here up the middle. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, 5 yards on that run. Let's get back to the huddle and make sure if you're a back, you spend time with your offensive line and give them credit. Hard to move those 300-plus pounders at the line of scrimmage, and they did for a significant chunk of yardage.
From the 33, here's a 2nd and 5. On the give, this is Akers. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play there. Now it'll be 3rd down. This run defense has been pretty stout all game long. Now you're here in the 4th quarter. To run more on the passing attack.
I don't think you have any choice, and I don't think you have to dress it up at all either. Throughout the first 3 quarters, you're still trying to convince the defense that you may run the football. That's out the window right now. Protect, let your quarterback operate, and try and find some targets in the open field downfield.
On the handoff, it's Akers. And not much running room. Down to the 32. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave them with a 4th down. And the trend continues here in the 4th like it was in the 1st, 2nd, and 3rd. He's had nowhere to run.
And you're probably thinking to yourself, why do they keep feeding him the football? Well, they trust him first and foremost. They do believe that over time he might actually pop one of these runs. But bottom line is he takes care of the ball well for them, so they'll keep handing it to him.
They'll run for it with Akers. And, boy, this is going to be close. That mark looks a little short, and he didn't get there. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Panthers will get the football back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Been a very strong performance for them, really, on both sides of the football. The turnover on downs, the most recent example, and now, obviously, they're in a great spot here.
Yeah, if you're over on the bench right now, you're shaking hands with your teammate, you're hugging him, giving him a little dab. Been a big, big performance for them. Now you just don't get careless. Take care of the ball on the way out.
That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on 1st down on the sack. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends.
6, mega, red, cycle. Black shot. Ready?
3rd and long for Young. And got his man complete. And he'll be ridden out of bounds all the way down at the 15-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 67 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a 1st down in the red zone.
Drill green. Hut, hut.
Here is Young. And he fires one incomplete. Well, big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They can continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks,
And that one ended up going backwards.
Ready, ready.
Young on 3rd down. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Okay, ready? Drill 52. Go pink. Blaster 6. Claws red. Blue strike. Set hut.
And Young's going to throw it here. That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
4 yards there on the keeper, but still going to bring up a 3rd down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on 1st down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
Red, yellow, white, black ultra. Hut.
Out of the gun, it's Young. That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. So give him 2 yards there on the completion, and it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
And they're going to at least line up to go for it here on 4th down. Here's Young from the shotgun. And this is going to be intercepted. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. At this point, partner, things looking pretty bleak. They still haven't scored here in the fourth quarter, facing the big deficit. Just what silver linings, what can they look to do here offensively?
You know, it's funny. I talked about this with a coach in the offseason and kind of had this scenario, like what feels good to you and what feels good to your team. You're down big. You really have like one possession left, and you're trying to put points on the board that don't matter. But do they? And he told me they actually do matter. And in this situation, he's going to try and run the best offense he can run to have at least a little bit of confidence to take away from that game. So right now, they're going to try their best to get something up on the board and not get shut out.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for Carolina, the victory means they'll up their mark to 5-3 on the year. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they'll fall to 5-3 with a loss. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head up to Orchard Park to take on the Buffalo Bills. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.
It's like I've been smooth for so long, I'm trying to get rough. Buffing my nails, dog, I'm trying to get buff. Shaping my beard up, I'm liking the scruff. The hills, cause I'm living my life in the cut. Can't imagine that I'm gonna meet my wife in the club.